Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me again for episode 3 of Kiss Mommy Goodnight. Thank you, everybody who's been following me so far. Continue to like, comment, share, subscribe on YouTube. I appreciate it. Right, it's your girl Megan Rose. I don't know if I said that. But tonight I got a co-host, Miss Alexis. I'm so very happy to have her.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and is your first time doing anything like the podcast or anything?
Yeah, first time on video.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm really happy to have you. We said we was gonna talk about how we met real quick.
Yes.
Before anything, I met you at a Halloween party, October of 2018, right?
Mm-hmm.
In your parents' house?
That's actually like my uncle's house.
Okay, your uncle's house. Yeah, I went with my husband. We was in a fresh relationship then, though. And you was dressed as an angel.
Yeah.
Right? You had a little fucking wings on and a little white skirt and shit. And I was dressed as the Day of the Dead girl and shit. And but Jeremy was Iron Man. He had a blow up Iron Man costume.
Yeah, we have a picture from that day with everybody in the picture. That was a good day.
That was a good day. It was a good day.
Yeah.
So what do you do currently?
So I'm a teacher. I'm a high school teacher, a literature teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do anything else?
I also do nails.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a home-based nail tech.
Okay, in Staten Island?
In Staten Island, yes.
All right, so I'm going to put up your information so people can book you. Okay. She's about to do my nails. She was supposed to do my nails last week, but she was very busy.
Yes.
Being a teacher and all that good shit. So, all right, so are you single right now?
Yes, I am single.
Okay, and you like being single or you want to be in a relationship?
But we were talking about it before. I enjoy the freedom that comes with being single.
Right.
And I think I've had probably the most fun I've ever had in my life in the last 2 years of being single. Mm-hmm. Which is great, but you have moments where you just miss having someone to trust. Someone that is your companion.
Or cuddle and shit, right? I like to cuddle sometimes.
I'm not much of a cuddler.
Never?
No.
Okay. Even so, if you're in a relationship with somebody for long term, you don't cuddle with them ever?
No, not really. Not like unless we're gonna do something.
Oh, okay. I like to cuddle.
That's cute.
And then
it gets hot. It gets hot.
Yeah. It gets hot. I be pumping the AC though. But I like to cuddle. I like to talk.
Oh, okay.
So I be getting lonely.
Like you fall asleep cuddling or?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't do that. Like we could hug for a little while, but then when I'm falling asleep, I turn around.
Yeah, turn around. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I like to sleep alone sometimes. But sometimes I like to cuddle. Yeah, especially in the wintertime. Man, warm.
Yeah. So you can't do that, like with people that you don't know. Like even if whether you're a cuddler or not, you just don't get to that stage. I don't even think about that. Yeah.
Okay, like in simple casual stage, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I will cuddle in a casual stage.
Really?
I will cuddle on a one night stand.
Really?
Yeah, I would. Why not? We're here for the connection right now. Like, it's not just about sex, it's about also a connection.
It's about the whole experience.
Right, for somebody even to be having a one night stand, you're seeking some type of connection, Yeah. So, fuck it, let's just, I may not even know your name, we didn't even exchange numbers. I've had one night stands before, but I didn't even exchange information with the people, and, everybody was safe, clean, we had a good ass time, and we cuddled, woke up in the morning, bye, and that was it. It was a great time. Yeah, hell yeah, I cuddle with
I like to just keep those lines crisp.
Right. No, I know a lot of people
I don't cross certain lines.
Okay.
Like if I cuddle you, I love you. I don't want it. Yeah, it is cool to be with people like that. I wish I could be more like that, but I
don't know. It has its downs too, because then it's kind of like you're kind of cold. You seem kind of cold, because then afterwards it's like, all right, like you don't have to text me afterwards. There's no reason to continue a relationship afterwards, even though we had this passionate night. A lot of times people get confused. It's like, oh, it was a one night stand. It was just a casual situation. Mm-hmm. But I'm able to just do that, have that experience with somebody, and then cut them off afterwards and not have any further connection. So for other people, what you're saying is you can only do that if you want to continue seeing that person. Right. So it's kind of like my way is kind of like it has its cons too. Like
I think it's intimate because now like my head is on your chest. I smell your smell. I'm feeling your breath. Like that's mad intimate. That's
right.
That's way too intimate.
Right, I'm like a sucky, but I don't give a fuck. The next day is like, all right, bye.
That's crazy. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I go home and shower you off me, and I'm good. I'm good. Like I showered you off me, I'm good. Like I changed my clothes, put that shit in the laundry.
Yeah.
So fucking OxyClean on that shit is good. It's over. Right. Right. So do you so now that you're dating right now, like you like checking out the dating world?
Yeah.
Have you ran into any like really serious like red flag people where it's like they have some crazy ass qualities or like habits or like they said something crazy or it's like wow, you know, we're just dating. There's no reason why you should have shown me that part of you.
Yeah, I mean the single world has like, first of all, it has everything. Everything you could imagine is out there. There's the obsessive ones, there's the passive ones, there's the crazy ones. I think my biggest red flag would have to be somebody who is just like not there to enjoy it. Like they're not there to enjoy it. They're just trying to rush. They're just trying to get what they want and leave. Like I feel like that's to, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like we're grown, and that's bound to happen anyway.
Right.
So where is the rush? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's one of the biggest red flags.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And do you have any like any exes that you would bring back around? You know, if the moment was right or the person like, you know, different. It was a wrong time situation in the past or anything like that.
If I was to count people that I just talked to, then yeah, because I feel like maybe we didn't get our real chance.
Right.
But people who got their real chance, no.
Okay. Right. Right. They're ex for a reason. You're saying.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. There's different type of people. Some people were like, you know, we can find our way back to each other and all that good shit. Like, you know, Nelly and Ashanti right now, they found their way back to each other. Was it like 20 years later? I think.
Yeah.
It was dating way back, and they just came out in the media with it real cute. She came out, but she popped out with the purse and whatever.
It was actually when he went to cross that stage to go see her. He hadn't seen her in 10 years, and he crossed the stage to go see her.
It's when they
and he said what's up to her. Yeah,
right.
You could see like Fat Joe like kind of walk over. He's kind of like setting it up. You know how New York people are.
That's
throwing him the alley oop for Ashanti.
That's
yeah, and then he goes and gives her a kiss and a hug, and a little while later they like spotted together. Yeah, you know,
rekindling and shit. That's cute though. I do believe in rekindled love, like, cause especially like if for them they was dating like early in their career, so even if they wasn't young in age, I'm not sure their age was, but I mean they was kind of young, but they was young in their career, so they said what I read was that he. You know, it was too much going on for them to really focus on each other. So that's cute. That's a cute way to spend the block. You know, there was no like negativity. It's not like, oh, he used to beat me, but now he's healed from that.
Right.
No, that's like, all right, bitch. I don't think you should go backwards that way.
I think they're famous.
Right.
So you're only gonna have certain people who understand your lifestyle.
Right.
The shit that you go through. You know, there's only gonna be certain people, and then on top of that, they both knew each other in the beginning of their journey, so they have that bond probably through all those industry, you know, all the things that are coming out about the industry nowadays and what happens behind the scenes, and it's really a crazy place to be. Like you don't have anyone that you can trust. Its own world. Yeah, you don't have anyone that you can trust. People will sell your life away for a headline, so it's like they probably see that common trust within each other, like.
Yeah, they make you. They make you. And she's pregnant. She about to have her first baby.
Yeah.
And he got like 5 kids though.
He looks so happy though. He looks every time you see him, his smile is like huge. Nelly's smile is like ear to ear.
That's why I believe in love. Like I believe in love everywhere. Whether one night stand or rekindle love, like love is everywhere. That shit is cute.
Yeah.
As long as you're not going backwards to something like that was extremely toxic before, you know, like physical violence. I feel like anything else. You know, people. I feel even Nah, I'm not even about to say that. But I feel like anybody could grow and change. You know, whatever problems you've been through, you never know. Like sometimes it's somebody you was fucking with in the past that's really your fucking soulmate.
I'm the opposite. I believe people don't change. I think you should find people that you love their flaws and you love them, and that's how you love them, and you accept those things. But I don't think people change. I think that's your nature. I think
there are certain things that are just people's nature. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think like the hardcore things about you, I don't think those things change. I think the people who love you the most, just accept them.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though we should all be, trying to evolve
and to grow,
be better.
But you don't really change your core stuff,
yeah,
your core values.
Exactly.
No, yeah. There are certain parts of you that never change, or you should never change for a person. But I feel like people do change though over the years. Like it's something I'd done 10 years ago, I would not do now.
It takes a long time. Maybe that's why they were able to come back together.
Right. Because I wouldn't do half the shit I did. Like talking about that one night since I wouldn't be doing none of that shit nowadays.
And you have to want to. Yeah. So when you look at pictures of Nelly in his last relationship, I don't know, have you seen pictures of him?
No.
He looks very unhappy, and this is no shade to his previous wife because she's beautiful, and she's probably a great person. But if you look at the pictures of him, he doesn't look happy. He looks upset. Right. So maybe that time without her was time to show him what he had. And then when he finally sees her again, he's like, I remember what it was like without you, so I'm gonna go get you.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah, it
is cute.
It is.
Yeah, I'm cynical in a lot of ways, but I do believe, like, for other people, that love is still out there.
Okay, so what about you? Would you let someone spin the block? Anyone that you've ever...
In my past specifically, I do have people, that I would let spin the block. Yeah, a couple people. I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but I can think of one right at the top, like somebody that it was not. It didn't end badly. It just wasn't our time at the moment, and shit got crossed, and like people have different lives, a couple people. I'm not gonna say no names or nothing, but I can think of some people that I would let. And when I think of an ex, I don't just think of somebody that I was. I think we think of it differently too. Like I don't just think of somebody that I was like full on dating. Like if I was fucking with you and if we was dealing with each other for like consistently for a little while, then I consider you kind of like ex. Like I probably wouldn't say that to other people, but in my mind,
Okay,
I'm like, you ex. To other people, I'm like, nah, I barely know that person. But in my mind, I'm like, no, that's my ex. I fucked this person for a whole year, even if it was like,
I just,
on the low or like we was doing our own thing. Yeah.
I feel like people don't really make things official anymore, so that's why those.
Right, I make it. I'm crazy, bitch. So I make it official in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like boniversaries, anniversaries. You gotta keep track of those days, So the days you can tell when a guy is really like hooked and like, boom, mark that shit down. There you go. That's the got you date. That's when I locked it in.
You save those dates. You're like an anniversary type of person.
Kind of. Like I like to like.
This is the first day we had sex.
First certain people, yeah.
You would celebrate that?
Yeah. Me and
my husband had more sex.
Me and my husband had a boniversary. We had an anniversary and a boniversary. Yeah, we had our boniversary is the one we celebrated as our anniversary.
Jeremy was so horny that I know that you guys had a bone fest that day.
Yeah, we had a lot of car sex in the very beginning of our relationship because we were both construction workers and we were both either one leaving work or coming from work, but we had showers at our job because we was working with hazardous materials and shit. Yeah. So so I would catch him before he was going into work, and he would catch me when I was coming out of work. And
I love that.
When we first started dating, and we had a lot of car sex. We were both mad fit. We were both really really fit. So we was like rocking the fuck out of the car. And I could
tell you guys were one of those couples that I could tell you guys were like getting mad freaky.
Yeah, we got pregnant mad early.
It was like animalistic a little bit. Just a little bit.
No, a lot of it. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. We was both really strong. So we was like breaking furniture and shit. Like.
So I was asking, speaking of sex, I was asking my sister today, because my sister is a very private person.
Okay.
And so I have never asked her how many partners she's had. And so today she shared the number with me, and it's extremely low.
Right.
And so I was like, you know, are you counting every single one?
Right. Or you
like,
just leaving some people out?
Is that the raw number?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah. So she's like, you know, what's a reason that you wouldn't count it? And I'm like, if I didn't finish.
No, that's not how it works.
If I didn't finish it,
if you didn't come or orgasm, you don't count that as a body. That's not how that works. If a penis went inside your vagina, that's a body.
No.
Yeah, I feel like if it like...
I've had 2 hitter quitters. I'm not putting them on my
list. No, that counts.
No.
That counts. That's 2 more. So whatever
number... Old dick matters.
So anybody, whatever number she told you, add 2 to that because she's not counting 2.
It was more than 2 hitter quitters.
No, you have to count everybody.
No.
The only people I feel like you don't count is like if they like just like, you know, just put the tip in or some stupid shit like that. Like they just, the dick really didn't go in. That's the only way you can count.
What if it was really small?
Or if it went in one time and then you're like, nah, I don't want to fuck anymore. Because that happened before. This happened where, you know, you just dip it in. Yeah, that don't count as a body.
No, no. If I didn't come, no, it didn't happen.
No, is that how it works, Barry?
Nah.
You
can't choose what bodies don't
right?
count.
That doesn't it wasn't good for you. Was he busting that? No.
Now you could be like it was trash. You could say like, nah.
Right, it was a trash body.
You're not going back, but you can't uncount it as a body.
I have to say, a lot of men don't know what they're doing.
I agree 100%. And I want to tell you because I heard the comment about like small dick, like small dick. What's a small dick to you? Can we say dick so many times? What's a small dick to you?
Oh my God. Are we going to do this right now?
No, just real quick. I just want to know.
Are we body shaming?
No, we're not dick shaming. Guys, every woman has their own preference.
All dicks matter.
Every woman has their own preference. So for you, what's something that you're like, y'all mind?
Well, I'm not even going to go there.
Just give me a number. Ballpark it. Average and up? Or you're like one of those girls like, no, I need like 2 inches above average, 8 starting.
Oh, no. I don't have like a huge vagina. Average is fine for me.
Okay,
average is fine for me. But you know, if you have girth and
okay, yes,
girth matters. Girth matters. Yeah, at all.
Definitely.
Pencil is out. But also,
that's sad because they can't do nothing.
I've tried to be like a good person and fuck with someone below average, and try to see like the good in their heart, and I regretted it because they were actually some of the most terrible people I've ever met.
They probably had like a little dick complex. You see somebody on the road that's trying to cut you off OD and they do some stupid shit and you're like, what the fuck? And they're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
That guy has like little dick complex.
Yeah, very loud and showy.
Right? That's what it's called? Little dick complex.
Little dick energy is a thing.
Little dick energy, huh?
Nah, I said Napoleon complex, but little dick energy.
Little dick energy.
Yeah, little dick energy is a thing. The Napoleon complex is a thing.
So what I'm saying, like, it's yes, of course, I feel like size kind of matters, right? But a lot of guys out there, doesn't matter. You can have the biggest dick in the world. You really don't know what you're doing. You're just going to be hurting a bitch.
Yes.
And fucking...
No motion to your ocean.
Right.
Yeah, you don't even... I feel like, you know, unfortunately, the people who are the best at it are whores. And they're just the greatest at sex because they've done it so many times.
For me, I think the greatest people are listeners because I don't mind like directing real quick, like letting you know. And if you're a listener, because there's guys that be like, yo, right there, and then like, oh, okay, and switch it up. Like, you're not listening to me. You can't. No, if you can't listen to me, it's not gonna work because I'm very vocal. So you gotta just shut the fuck up and listen. If you don't know already, then go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Right. But I think that ties into what I was saying about people not wanting to like enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Like if I feel like you're already not enjoying,
and they're going mad hard, they're trying to make you come mad fast. It's not a fucking like, scratch off lottery ticket.
Just chill. We're gonna get there.
Yeah. Definitely. That you just brought me all the way 10 steps back because you just fucking
you're hurting me.
Rug burn. Mm-hmm. You give me rug burn real quick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, I guess whores, you don't know what they're doing, but that's because they've been on the block a couple times. Yeah. But also just passionate people.
Yeah. I've learned not to judge. Like, everybody has had their life. You don't know their life. You don't know what they've experience, been through, or why they are so passionate. I just don't question it anymore. I'm just like,
and the amount of bodies you got, I don't feel like that makes you somebody who has irresponsible sex. And just because somebody has a low body count doesn't mean you have responsible sex.
Agreed.
You know, so you could have two bodies and you had you fucked those two people very irresponsibly, you know, not asking no STDs, not protecting yourself, not checking yourself after the first one to the second one. And then there's people that can have fucking 20, 30, 40 bodies and they've been safe and responsible every single step of the way. So it's like,
I think at
a lot
this
of people
point,
should misconstrued about what means what, you know.
Counting something like that at this age, it just
right. Who the fuck is counting?
Juvenile. Yeah, because who is like sitting there like.
Yeah, I don't answer that question.
You know, people ask you that.
People ask that still, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I ask that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not mad at the answer either way. I'm just curious.
Yeah. Well, listen, since you guys are giving me new rules, I gotta go through it. I gotta recount it. We need a recount.
Well, you just need to add those couple that you took off the list back to the list, right? Recount.
I haven't even thought about them because they were so.
No, I had some really bad sexual experiences.
Yeah.
Some really, really terrible sexual experiences. Where it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I agree. I just think for a little while I was very detached. And I was like straight up like just doing it just to feel something. Yeah. Because I was so like lost. Like you know. The person would leave my apartment and I would block their number. Right. Never speak to them again. I did that a lot. That's really bad.
It's not really bad. It's not really bad. It's just it's bad if you know you don't want to keep doing that to yourself because you don't want to just label anybody. It's not good for your spiritual energy. You know, just take it from anybody else's. But it's not really bad to fuck people. Like it's your body. It's
no. I don't think it was bad to fuck. I think it was bad.
And block them all. That's bad.
To ghost somebody. I think that's kind of foul. And I was doing that a lot.
Were you dishonest in the beginning, like telling them like, oh, you know, I'm gonna see you again after this, or I'm looking for something more than just.
Well, yeah, because I planned to, and then they would come, and then I would find one thing to be like, no, I can't fuck with them because his eye is bigger than his, you know.
No, wait, finish that sentence. Finish that sentence. I feel like that's a real situation.
Like one eye is bigger than the other.
Okay, you couldn't fuck with somebody because
I got catfished on a dating app.
Okay.
I got catfished on a dating app.
What happened? Like I was look like a completely different person?
He didn't look like a completely different person. First of all, he was much, much, much shorter than what his pictures let on. He must have had his angles on point. Okay. Now, I don't know if he was using filter or what, but he did not look how he looked. Definitely got ghosted. Right. He had a really good job. He was a welder, like underground. Okay. He was making great money.
That welders make great money.
Super, super nice. And so that's one of the ones that I felt kind of bad about because I was so detached from the situation that the minute I saw him, I was just like, no.
I don't feel like it's too bad. I feel like if it's something so like superficial, you just met that person, like you go through your own shit. That's how you're, you know, figuring yourself out and figuring shit out. I don't think it's that bad. That's your journey. It's not like you was fucking met his parents and fucking.
Well, this is like some shit like that. The first time I've ever experienced being really single. Mm-hmm. Like all the experiences that I'm telling you guys about right now are within the last 2 years of my life.
How old are you?
I'm 27. So I never wanted to do certain things because I felt like other people were gonna find out and I was gonna be judged. Right. And so I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I thought I had more value if I was someone's girlfriend. Mm. And so I was always someone's girlfriend. Okay. Even when I didn't want to be that person's girlfriend. So now that I'm having these experiences, I'm finding like ways that I need to change, things I don't like in other people, but like it's okay if they're like that.
Right. You just don't want it for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine, right? You could be you, but I don't want to date that person. You know,
yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. This is a question that's a hot topic in my life right now, honestly. What do you think about polygamy and like non-monogamous relationships?
I think that would be as a bisexual woman, I think that would be like a fantasy for me.
But you would be in a throuple, or would you like be in an open relationship with somebody?
No.
Well, okay, but wait. Let me tell you the whole thing.
No, I know the difference. So one is like you guys do other people.
Right, but listen, you with this one person and y'all together and y'all have just times where you go separate and you communicate with each other. Yo, I'm going here doing this. No, you're not okay.
No.
But you would be with two people, y'all all together.
Yes.
Living together, all three together.
Yes.
And what happened? You would be with each person separate times, or you could only fuck all together all the time?
Both.
You could do separate, right?
Both, yeah.
Because you're all together.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would be in a throuple with a man and a female.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not an open relationship.
No.
Not a polygamy.
I'm fucking lying. Yeah, I would.
I like that. Okay.
It's like
as a bisexual woman, she said.
Yes, as a bisexual woman, it's the best of both worlds.
I didn't know that about you. That's very.
Yeah, I am.
Very intriguing fact.
I only dated one girl seriously. I'm actually still friends with her. That's the only ex that I'm friends with.
Okay.
But I mean, like in terms of, I've always been open to the idea of a man and a woman being together. Okay. But like to have them in love with each other and in love with me sounds like a fantasy.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like a fantasy.
Because you'll have times where you just a starfish and everybody's just performing. Have you ever had a threesome?
No.
Oh shit! Really? Okay.
No, I just started exploring. So it's hard to trust people for me
to open up. Right. I would do. I've been in kind of a throuple situation before, but I would also. Yeah, I like the non-monogamy, polygamy lifestyle because I feel like it's so much more than just sex, like being open to connecting with people in any way, like, because when you're in a relationship with somebody, there's boundaries you cannot cross, even if it's not sex. Like, you can't be at a bar with somebody, you meet this person, like, and, they just have this dope personality, and you're like, yo, come to my house, let's hang out, you chill with them till 7, 8 in the morning. You can't do something like that. You got a boyfriend waiting at home or a girlfriend waiting at home. That looks crazy. And what happened? You're not even fucking this person.
Right. You
really just having deep-ass, spiritually awakening conversation with this person.
Worse.
Which is
right, emotional cheating.
Right. And it's like, imagine you don't even want to fuck this person, though. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you can't even cross that boundary with them because you have somebody else at home. So it's like, being in open relationships or polygamy, that's what it means to me, is like being able to connect with people freely, because I feel like I crave that sometimes. I do like to have, I'm not saying I like to fuck mad people, but it's human nature, like polygamy is actually human nature. Lust and
I think it would come naturally to me. Yeah,
it's a natural thing.
Love women and I love men.
Yeah, it's a natural thing. So, would you attend a swingers club? Yes. With your partner, like, what if you were in a relationship and you and your partner go to a swingers club?
No.
Okay.
Big amounts of people, I don't do. Like, I don't have sex with a lot of people.
You don't have to have sex with everyone in the swingers club.
I know,
you can have sex with
even
nobody
them being present is like a lot for me. Like,
they all want to have sex.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not with you though.
No, but it's in front of me though.
Okay, you don't want nobody else around you to be thinking about sex.
Yeah, it's private. Like, it's private.
Okay, you get like, you get like that. You get like that. I wanna ask Barry, but I don't know if you want to answer polygamy, monogamy questions. Maybe that's not a question for him.
I'm about to say you can ask anything. Now, if I don't answer, that's okay, but you can ask me anything.
Right. What do you think about that? Polygamy versus monogamy?
I feel like every situation is different. If it works for you, it works for you. Like, depending on your partner.
Would that work? Is that something that would work for you?
Listen, my girl doesn't want that lifestyle, but if she did, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
You would try it out for her.
I would do it for her if she
if
wanted
she
to.
Wanted
yes.
To,
If she
you
wanted
would
to
take
do
one
that,
for the team for your girl.
I would take that sacrifice.
What a noble man.
You wouldn't be afraid of dealing with two women, cycles every month?
Nah, see, when you say it like that, you only thinking of it badly, like you're being pessimistic. Like,
I'm being realistic. It's gonna happen. You got to think about that too.
I think it depends on the people. Like, even if you on your cycle, doesn't mean it's gonna be bad. Like, they could both have good energy. They could.
Yeah, it could be amazing.
True. You see, it's a fantasy, Barry. It's a fantasy. It's like
I feel like
you build the people that you see when you have that situation in your mind. You're like building the person that would have to be in that situation.
I feel like people who say that they don't have fantasies and they don't want certain things, female or male, I feel like they're lying. Because it's literally human nature to crave other people. So I could be married to you, happily married. I love you so much. You're the only person I want in my life. And this person walks past me. I think this person's beautiful. I maybe want to drink this person's bathwater, but I still want to come home to you. Like that. I feel like people think that in polygamous relationships or non-monogamous relationships, like it takes, like my relationship with this person is going to take from my relationship with you, but why does it have to?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to. I can have multiple relationships, or I can have one permanent relationship and have multiple fleeting connections that are just, enlightening me and bringing me to different levels and like networking spiritually and mentally and like, you never know who you meet. You never know the people you meet.
The more my relationship with myself evolves, the more my relationships change outside. A lot of the things that I'm able to do now, I wouldn't be able to do mentally a year ago.
Right. Of course, right. You're growing. That's normal shit. Like stagnancy is the biggest freaking red flag for me. Somebody who's stagnant. Like if you're stagnant, that's why I say I believe people can change, but in different ways. Not their core value, but somebody has to, you can't be stagnant. So yeah, you're growing, and as you grow up, it's like, okay, you could love somebody and want another person or like get something from another person. Like every meeting, as long as you're doing shit the right way, every meeting brings something to your life. You know, you get something from meeting somebody and connecting with that person. You gain some type of knowledge or experience or something from somebody. You know, you gain shit from people.
Yeah, you meet every person for a reason.
Yeah, fuck it. Some people you might want to fuck, and I feel like everybody should have the opportunity to fuck people that they might want to fuck, and like meetings that they might meet these people that they might want to fuck. You know?
More fucking for all.
But safely. Responsibly, safely, respectfully. You know, don't be hurting nobody's feelings. You know, don't cross boundaries. But
don't ghost people.
Don't ghost people, but also don't stay in a situation that you're not happy in. Don't just fucking. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know how to get out of a situation without ghosting somebody, then I say ghost that person. Because choose yourself over everybody.
If you are afraid to leave a situation, I'm your sign. Leave. It gets better.
Yeah.
It gets so much better.
Why the fuck? Life is. Everybody thinks we all got 100 years. We all got 100 years. No. Everybody gets 100 years.
No.
Not everybody gets 100 years, you know? And one thing, my husband, he definitely didn't get 100 years. He got 34 years. But he lived the fuck out of them 34 years. Okay? Papa was a Rolling Stone, but I'm not even mad at it at this point. I'm happy he had all those experiences that he had, you know? Like, that's what life is about. And it's not, I'm not telling people go and fuck freely and fucking, bend it over for just anybody. But I'm saying,
you can't.
Don't hold yourself back from connections.
Just
safely.
And safely doesn't even mean, like, just a condom.
No,
like,
spiritually, you don't want to
safely also means, like, you can't be having so many energies mixed in with your energy. Like, your energy, I believe that every time I have sex with someone, I give them a piece of my energy.
And you take some of theirs. Of course, yeah.
And so if you're just doing that with anybody, then it's not safe. When women talk about sex, they assume that we're doing it with everybody.
Right.
And that
be mad picky. Be very picky with your sexual partners. Be very picky. Like if you get a bad feeling, cringy feeling, get away from that situation. But don't hold yourself back. Don't push yourself forward either. Just let shit flow naturally, of course.
And follow like the red flags. Like if you ask somebody if they've been tested and they get offensive, that's a red flag.
Defensive, right?
Yeah, the defensive part is, I don't get tested. Other people that I've been with have never had an issue. So you're directly not being tested. So
yeah, you know what's a red flag too? If somebody doesn't ask you if you've gotten tested, that's also a red flag.
They don't care,
right? They don't care. And also just like people that just like make bad choices in their life. But yeah, I'm all for the sexually free and fluid lifestyle. I'm totally into that. I'm happy that you're open to some variation of just a regular traditional lifestyle. I love when I hear people that are open to shit like that because that's dope.
Yeah. I can't imagine, like, I think it's wonderful that people have decades and decades and decades together, but sometimes I try to imagine it and I can't. And I'm like,
I can imagine it. So I have this friend, right? And I'm not gonna say no names, but her parents have been married for like 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. And they have always been in like I wouldn't say polyamorous because they're not, well, she kind of was. They're not in relationships with other people, but they've always been in open relationships, so they've always been allowed to step out, you know, and like do their own thing. As long as they I guess they have their own rules between them, and like, you know, I guess don't get pregnant, don't bring home no STDs, you know, don't violate, you know, don't no crazy shit like that. But they have a happy ass marriage, a happy family. And it's not just on the outside, you know, I've seen them in other situations, like I've been to their house in intimate, you know, family situations, and they're a beautiful ass family. And
everybody's different.
Nobody would even know behind closed doors that they some freaks.
Yeah. Everybody's different. Everybody operates.
That's what I'm saying. It's
differently.
It's good.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And I don't think people should be with people that aren't into what they're into.
Agreed.
Like, if I'm telling you right now, we on our first day and I'm telling you like, yo, I really fuck with polyamory, and you're like, yo, I don't fuck with that. Why? You know, like, just don't continue fuck with that person because
don't try to fix them. Don't try to
and not, you know, you can't convince somebody of doing nothing because then they're gonna resent you.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. So that, I guess that was some of my advice right there for the Mommy Knows Best segment is don't let people try to change your core values, you know. But also, if you know you're a shitty person, though, you should try to change your fucking self. Honestly, no, for real. If you have been through life and 30 people have told you you're a manipulative narcissist, it can't be everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After a while, it has to be you.
What was that?
That was supposed to be a light bulb. My bad. Like
so,
thoughts.
Boom. That's
right.
Yeah, put that bulb in my head.
Sounded bad.
That part.
It can't be everybody. It must be you. Bing. Because But yeah, that's
did you ever have a time in your life where you felt like you were that person?
A bad person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have issues. I have my own issues, and I have a very good friend of mine that I've been friends with since I was 12 years old. She is a social worker. She has a master's degree in psychology, but she's been telling me this since I was younger. Is that like I don't know how to speak to people because I don't have the same. My emotions don't work the same as other people's. Mm-hmm. So, like my emotions won't you know,
regulate.
My emotions won't overpower my logic. So when people are saying something to me, like friends, and they're like, oh, this and that, I'm like, that don't make no fucking sense. You know, like I don't always speak to people properly, especially in, you know, deeply emotional situations, like a spouse in an argument, or like if I've been told by my friends before, like, yeah, I'm rude, and
really,
yeah, that I can be rude, that I can speak to. I've been told by many people that before. People I've been dating, people I've been friends with, people I've worked with, that I can be very rude and hostile.
People on the other side of the camera.
People on the other side of the camera, he's lying. He's lying, but he see what I do to people at the park. You know, I clear them out, but I have a.
But you feel like you changed from that person, or you still have those moments?
Nah, I still have this moment. I'm the same person. I have a switch, so I have triggers, and if my switch gets triggered and it flips, it's like a different side of me, you know. It's a different side of me. I like, you know, I'm a different person. I'm constantly working on it. I can say I've gotten better since I was younger, you know. I was like, you know, I was a troubled teen, you know, like fighting teachers and shit, you know, like problems and shit growing up. And so I grew up angry, and I got that shit still inside of me. I'm still working on it. But I don't always know how to speak to people. And it's like when you love. It's not that I care about everybody's feelings, right? But when you love somebody, you care about them. You don't want to hurt them. So if I love you and I don't want to be mean to you, so I have to learn how to, you know, back up a little bit, because who the fuck wants to hurt their loved ones, you know? So I gotta back up a little bit and realize what I'm doing, and you know, change my tone of voice or change the words that I'm using. I could be a little condescending sometimes. So that's something I gotta work on, because obviously I don't want to make people that I care about.
That's funny. I've never had that experience of you.
I care about you, so it's something I'm working on. You know, I'm working on it, and I embarrassed a lot because I care about him.
Do you feel like I'm like that? Do you think I'm mean?
I don't don't think you're mean, no. No, I never got mean from you. I'll be honest, I thought you didn't like me, though.
Yeah?
The first time I met you, yeah.
Why?
I don't remember what it was, but I remember telling Jeremy multiple times. I don't remember because that's so long ago. It's been a while since me and you have been, like, hanging out on our own. So I don't really remember that. But I remember telling Jeremy, like, nah, she don't like me. Or some shit. I don't know what it was.
Really?
I don't know what it was, but...
Maybe I had resting bitch face.
Probably. But you have such a sweet face now.
Oh, thanks. No, it's not that I didn't like you. I just, I was in, like, a time in my life where I was, like, always fighting. So I guess that was showing on my energy.
Right. And I'm, like, a real, like, reader shit. I was just like, she don't like me. I'm just... He was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. You met her one time. And I was like, well, she didn't like me that one time. So I always thought that. But no, I think you are a great person. You have a great personality.
Thanks.
You started coming around, you know, since my husband passed away, hanging out with me and my kids. And I love anybody who does that.
It's cool how a friendship came from that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because my husband's passing brought so many people together.
Like
couples that are together, happy now, starting families are all because of my husband's death. And I maybe sound a little frustration behind my voice, but no, I have pure happiness for those people. But yes, his families brought back together literally that haven't seen each other in over 15 years. Like there was people there from elementary school. His freaking, it's crazy. His memorial service was like, and his funeral service, it was like people outside. We had to like order last minute like 20 trays of food.
Oh, wow.
Like that shit was crazy. So many people was there. Like, yo, I love Jeremy. I still spoke to him.
He had his friends for a long time. Every friend Jeremy had was like, for a long time. Every friend he had was like, he didn't really lose friends. Which was really funny because he said and did outlandish shit.
Yeah, he's pretty.
But I guess because it was like, so authentic, everybody was just like whatever. Yeah. I think so Jeremy was the reason why I grew up in a really strict family when I was younger, and I would act out a lot because I hate not only being told what to do, I hate being told that I can't do something. If you tell me I can't do it, I'm gonna feel like I need to show you that I can. So Angela saw that I was getting in, my sister saw that I was getting into a lot of trouble. And so she was like, I want you to hang out with me and my friends instead of your friends.
Right.
So I was 13 and she was 18. And so she would let me hang out with them, but like I couldn't smoke, I couldn't drink. Right. I could just be in the presence of all the things. Because I was smoking and drinking on my own. And so her agreement was, you can come with us. But you cannot do what we do. Okay. So, all in all, I wanted to be with them. They were like cool. They were older, and she was really strict on me at first. Jeremy was the reason why she loosened up a little bit. When I turned like 16, he convinced her to let me smoke with them. And that's funny. Yeah, and she was like one hit. I remember she was like one hit.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and it was so funny because she told me one hit, and I swear I inhaled for at least 60 seconds. And Jeremy, I was blue in the face, and Jeremy was rolling like we were dying. We were dying in that basement. It was a really fun party in my mother's basement. But yeah, those memories that I have are all because of that, because Angela didn't want me to like be out in the street, and people judged her for that, and they told her that she shouldn't have had me with her.
You could have been getting into way worse shit with
in retrospect. Yeah, in retrospect, I do see why they would see a 13-year-old girl and be like, "What the fuck is she doing here?"
Right, but all of your sister and your sister's friends was looking out for you.
Yeah, they didn't know that I was doing way worse things on my own. I was like running away from home and getting kicked out of school, and I was like everything you can imagine for a young teenager to do. I did it. Yeah, I was a very, very troubled teen. It kind of started when I was like 10, and it continued till I was 15. Yeah, and I always felt like I had to be that way.
You were just angry. You was rebelling against Yeah, that's I agree with. As a parent, having too much of a strict household, even with my kids now, they're babies. I don't like to nitpick at everything my kids do, like helicopter, because when you helicopter, they trying to escape from you. You want your kids to feel safe with you. You don't want them to try to run as far as possible away from you as soon as they get the chance to. So even now, at my kids' young age, because my mom, she did different with all. My mom has 3 kids. She did different parenting style with each of her kids.
Right, same.
But my sister, you know, back in the day, my mom was young when she had me and my sister. So, you know, obviously nobody's perfect, but she made a lot of mistakes that she didn't make with my brother.
Okay.
But with my sister, she was a little stricter.
Okay.
And my sister was climbing out of windows, running away from home, cutting school. And I saying, give a fuck, so you're not gonna let me do it? I'm gonna do it. My mom, with me, she didn't pay too much attention to me because I got good grades.
Are you the middle?
I'm the middle kid, yeah. But she didn't have my brother until I was like 14.
Okay.
But
same thing.
Yeah.
You have like the same childhood.
Yeah, similar. But me and my sister are like 2 years apart.
Okay.
And, but I had perfect grades. So my mom didn't pay too much attention to like my actions. But I was also cutting school, smoking weed, a little promiscuous and shit. And it's like, my shit went under the radar though, because I had good grades. You know, until I started like getting in bigger trouble.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like it's, you can't be extreme either direction. Like, as a parent or any authority figure, even as a teacher, I'm sure, like, I know I didn't respond to teachers that were like, if you're a pushover, I'm gonna fucking walk right over you. Or if you're an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole right back. So you can't be too stern and you can't be too soft. You have to find the perfect middle ground. And that's the same thing with parenting. Like, it's like you can't
they actually train you on how to appear both warm and demanding.
Right, so you need a little bit of both qualities.
Yeah, like
yin and yang.
Changing, like, even so much as just changing your body language to change how you come off to somebody. Something I noticed amongst high school kids is they will respond better if you introduce yourself and if you ask them who they are, because these are like big kids, like they're kids,
young adults.
Don't get me wrong, they're kids. I don't call them young adults till my seniors are ready to go. Other than that, they're all kids, right? But they do have like a sense of self at that age,
right?
So they know their name.
They want to be recognized.
Want to be respected.
You want to be respected and recognized.
Yeah, you
like,
want to be respected.
Tell me who the fuck you are. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like that. Let me see your badge number, bitch. What the fuck up?
You know, you have some people who just think like, I'm a teacher, so you need to respect me. Like that kid doesn't know you. And you don't know them. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know how they got here this morning. Like, you don't know anything.
And you don't know what also was going on in these kids' lives. Like, teachers come at them so incorrectly. Like, you probably had a hard day. You ain't getting none last night, and now you come and talking to this kid who fucking coming from an abusive household or a neglectful household.
Yeah, you don't know.
So, like, you're coming with your negative energy, and this kid's coming with negative energy, and you clashing. You're the adult. You're supposed to show them how to regulate.
So
as a parent or authority figure anyway. Yeah,
I've been humbled a few times where I'm like thinking like, you know, this person hasn't come to school, they must be hanging out, and then the kid comes to school and openly will share with you that they're going through the most traumatic thing, and you have to just like remember that you don't know anybody's life. Same way they don't know what you're dealing with, you don't know what they're dealing with.
No, children are very easily swayed, but they also like they respect just like adults. I don't want nobody coming up to me just speaking to me any which way. I'm not gonna respect you. I'm not gonna
telling me what to do. I don't even know you.
To you at all.
Yeah,
that's how I am with my kids. That's how I am with my babies, and that's like if anybody was to ever ask me any type of advice, like, you know, since I like to give unsolicited advice, anybody was to ask me like advice for how I parent my kids, and I would say that, like, respect your children as young as they are. I allow my kids to ask me questions. I'm not raising obedient children. I'm raising free thinkers, respectful, humble, kind kids. So they actually, sometimes they say no to you. Oh, clean up. Why do I got to clean up? You got to explain to them. Because you're raising kids that ask questions, they're going to ask you questions. And you're raising kids that demand respect, they're going to demand respect from you, too, as a parent. So you can't raise your kids to demand respect from everybody outside, but then at home they just eat shit from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to demand respect. Like, my son will check me. He'll tell me, like, Mom, you're having an attitude, or you're speaking to us angry and we didn't do nothing. And my 4-year-old son has told me that
advocates for himself.
Yes, he's told me that. He's advocates for his sister, too. He told me that on Christmas morning. I was having issues with Verizon, and my phone was fucked up for, like, weeks. And I just joined Verizon. And I was yelling and he said something like, can you just go in your fucking room? Give me a second. And he's like, Mom, excuse me, but your attitude is really ruining me and my sister's Christmas. And I immediately had to stop what I was doing because he's right. I'm being a fucking bitch. This is his holiday season. And I'm just being a bitch because my phone is not working, you know?
Yeah.
So you have to, that's my advice, is respect your children. Teach them to demand respect, but understand that they're going to demand that shit from you too. Like, they're going to check you on everything.
Yeah, I realize I'm grateful for a lot of things that my mom taught me that I see other people weren't taught. My mom was a social worker, so I think she was more into like feelings, how's this gonna make you feel, how's this gonna make everyone else feel. So you know, one of the things, very simple, but she takes it very serious. She takes her friendships very serious.
Okay.
And most of the aunts and the uncles that me and my siblings have are built off of decade-long relationships that she have. This is like a big group of people, like most of my aunts and uncles. So my mom only has, well, not only, because she has a lot of brothers and sisters, but she has, you know, I have my first aunts and uncles, and then I have this long list of people that my mom just has these like tight bonds with. And she always took that so, like, serious.
Right.
And she exercised loyalty in front of me and also stressed it to me how important it was. Like, you know, because some people raise their kids to be like, fuck everybody.
Yes.
And that does not help you in life.
And like you said, your mom didn't just tell you, she modeled it to you.
Yes.
That's the big thing, because kids don't say, oh my God, that saying, I understand so much now. More now as an adult with 2 children, is kids don't do as you say, they do as you do. So I can tell a kid like, yo, don't fucking curse in my house. But that's crazy. That's crazy, right? They're gonna listen to that and be like, okay, my mom said not to fucking curse in her house. Yeah. They're gonna curse. They're gonna do as you do. They don't give a fuck what you say. They're gonna do what you do. So
and like stressed out how like we wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have your cousins if I wasn't loyal to this person. If I wasn't loyal to this person, you wouldn't know this,
right? Because friendships are relationships that you have to maintain. The same as any type of relationship.
And it's opened so many doors for me in my life that, like, taking loyalty seriously, and you know, it's helped me a lot in my life.
It's good to have a good team of people around you.
Definitely.
Oh, that's good. I like that your mom did that. That's a good piece of advice as a daughter.
Yeah.
That you can say to a parent, right? It's like, you know, don't just say what the fuck you want to say to your kids. Model it to them, because that's what really counts. Yeah. Because your mom could have said whatever she wanted to and then been a bitch to everybody in her life, and then you would have been like, okay, I'm gonna treat everybody like shit.
Yeah, she had her faults, but
of course, yeah, we all do.
Right, but overall, I have to say, if she wasn't my mother, most of my friends have died, or went away, or been to prison, and I wholeheartedly believe if she wasn't the mother that she is, that would have been me.
Right.
And every time I'm at a funeral and one of them overdoses, or one of them goes to prison, I do think about that. Had I not changed my life when I changed my life, I would have probably because she got me. She never gave up, and that's hard. I was abusive towards her, not physically, never, because you know she's Puerto Rican, she'll kill me.
You were ungrateful.
I was ungrateful, and I was so mean to her.
But it's don't you know, you're an adult now, but you was a child. You didn't.
No, yeah, I know. I'm not like angry.
That was your journey
at
that
myself.
You had to go through for some reason, right?
Yeah, it was like I went through a lot of blame. And that's funny because I didn't learn this about myself until I became single. But I blamed myself for my parents breaking up when I was 5 years old.
Okay, I heard a lot of children of divorce do that though.
Yes.
That they blame themselves, and I always And my parents were never really together, so they weren't together when I was around, so I never really understood that. Like, how the fuck you gonna blame yourself?
Yeah, you just feel like I never saw them happy.
And did they argue about your behavior or some shit?
No, they argued about everything. That's why they broke up. But I just felt like it had to be me because they were together and Angela was here this whole time, and then I came along, and it's like, you know.
That shit. Yeah, I've heard a lot of kids.
So yeah, I definitely was angry because of that and took it out on her. Also because my dad was like going through some shit, and like he couldn't always be there for us, and because she didn't want to put any blame on him, she would blame herself and be like,
so like
I forgot to tell him to show up, and it was really me.
So she took the blame the whole time.
So then I would be like, it's this bitch.
Right.
Yeah. So, but now I'm good with my little Pisces.
You're a Pisces?
My mom, yeah, she's my Pisces.
When's your mom's birthday?
March 16th.
Okay, Jeremy's March 20th.
Yeah. That's my baby.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. As a parent, I like to hear not just parents like advice, but also like children's experiences. I feel like that's what I get the most from. Or like older parents. Like I have a friend who's a parent, and she has an older child, and she talks to me a lot about things she would have done differently, and that helps me a lot. Like to realize the way I want to raise my kids and shit. And hearing that, like, yeah, that's what I believe. Yeah. You have to model that shit. Like, yeah, I want my kids to be healthy, but if I'm feeding them salads and eating fucking ribs in front of them and fucking fried foods, they're gonna grow up and eat that shit. So it's not about what you say to your kids or necessarily teach them, about what you do in front of them. Yeah. 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 Do you agree, Barry?
Yeah.
Barry, you have a baby, don't you?
Yeah, he's not a baby, he 8, yeah. About to be 9 next month.
Oh wow.
He's an artist.
You have a whole kid.
Yeah.
A whole human.
Yeah.
You guys ever look at your kids and be like, whoa, like I created that?
All the time.
Yeah.
It's ever like mind blowing?
All the time.
It's like humbling too. You see through their growing up, their years going by, you getting older, so it's like a reality check too. Like, damn.
Did you grow up with your father?
Yeah, he was around.
That's what's up. So now you get to like redo it again.
Like what? Redo it again? What you mean? Like just
with your son? You get to do the things that you did with your dad with your son.
Well, yeah, that's another story. But yeah, he was around. I know my dad. He was around, but we don't. We didn't do stuff like that. Honestly.
Oh, so you get to do it better.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. And then do you ever have those moments where you see your son like just so happy to be with you, and you're just like, why couldn't he do that?
Yeah. I think about that a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel when I see like people with their parents. Like my little sister, not that I'm envious of her, I'm very happy she has a good father. Sometimes just seeing her with my stepdad, I'm just like, you're so lucky. You don't know what it's like to have somebody who doesn't come through, and they said they were gonna come through.
You know what? My fault to even cut you off, but I realize this too. Like maybe he just did the best that he could, or that he knew how, because his relationship with his dad, like so.
Right, they just trying to do better than what they know.
Yeah, he could have been doing 100 times better than his dad.
Right, I say that often. Yeah. I agree with that.
So I don't know.
And you're gonna do 100 times better, and hopefully
and so forth.
And so forth, right?
Right.
Yeah, I agree, because I didn't really. My mom was, like I said, she was a young mom. She had a lot going on. I don't want to bash her or nothing on the podcast, but she, I feel like if she was, would have redone it now, she would say herself, which I'm gonna have her on the podcast one day. She'll tell you herself that she would have done things very, very differently. There was a lot of things that probably wouldn't have went down. My father was not around, and so yeah, I feel that way. I feel that way often. And now my kids, I can't say they don't have a father. Their father's in heaven, but I get bitter, honestly. I wouldn't say envious, but when I see like families together, or like a father and the son and a daughter, or something, I'm not gonna lie, I get really like bitter sometimes. Like I have.
That's natural, yeah. I
have some really dark thoughts sometimes. Like in the beginning, I was like, No, for real. I do.
Yeah, that's natural. That's natural. Honestly, I learned. Because I told my stepfather that I was feeling jealous. And this. I think I had this conversation with him when I was like 20.
Like your inner child gets hurt all over again,
Yeah. Because I met him at 9. And so the feelings came up for me when she turned 9. Because now I'm looking at her and I'm realizing how small you are at 9.
Right.
And I'm just like, what possesses you to not have a relationship with a little kid? So my sister turned 9, and that was the year that was the age that I was when I met her father, which is my stepfather. Okay. And so when she turned 9, I started to get like feelings of jealousy, like she was so little, she's so small at that age that I couldn't imagine why I didn't have the experiences with my father that she was having with her father.
Or your father wasn't around for you.
Yeah, and speaking to my stepfather, I was able to rationalize the fact that, like, at least I had him.
Okay.
Like, at least I had him, and he even though I was so mean to him when I first met him.
I
was so mean to him. But
that's understandable though.
Yeah. He stuck it out. He literally never went home. He came over one day and never went home.
Never left.
I was like, when are you gonna go home? He was like, I am home. I was like, oh, okay.
And he made your mom really happy?
Really happy since day one.
That's amazing.
Like, since day one. He's like, he's not affectionate. He's not super affectionate. But he will always make sure that everything is taken care of. And like, if you express, he's the type of person that I feel like it's because he's a Sagittarius. He tries to act like he's not a romantic, but he's actually very romantic. Mm-hmm. If you mention something, he will remember it and come back with it 3 months later and be like, yeah, you needed this.
That's thoughtful. Yeah, listening is very romantic to me. You listening to the fuck out.
Yeah, he does that for my mom. That's sexy. He does that. He even does that for his kids. He does that. He will pay attention. He will do all the things. And he did not grow up with a father.
Okay.
He did not even have an example. And he is like...
Sometimes a bad example is an example that you need.
Yeah, it must be because he never needed any...
That was a clap right there because that was a good quote. I just said that out of nowhere.
He never needed any help, nothing. Like, he knew, the minute he met us, he knew, like, what to do. So, yeah.
That's amazing. I'm happy that your sister has him. And I also, I felt things like that before. You see things that we wish, we could have had, but now we could provide that for our children or our nieces and nephews, or give it for ourselves. Honestly, we can give
and recognize our
inner child. We can recognize and heal our inner child. Mm-hmm. Everybody got to do the work. Health and wellness, all that good shit. I love all that spiritually positive. Do the work to find yourself and heal yourself, and anything that we do now as adults that we have bad habits. We can trace back to a childhood trauma or a childhood event that made us this way, honestly. Mm-hmm. So I believe that, if we didn't have those role models that we needed, we could be that for other children, and in turn we can heal ourselves. And I try to do that every day. I try to wake up early in the morning, exercise, eat healthy, read, be a good person, and I try to do that.
It's good.
It's good. It feels good. I see you though. You too. You be working out.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, you work out.
Yeah.
You stay positive. I see you get yourself to work every day. Positive attitude, positive affirmations. That's good. That's good for your mental health.
Life is short. You gotta be happy. You gotta be happy every day, no matter what. Even if it has to come off cheesy. I'm happy every single day.
I agree.
Not all day. But every single day, once a day.
You gotta find joy. You gotta find joy in everything. And I find joy in this podcast. I do. I like to talk, and we're just getting started. But I love speaking to people. Like, I love this this night with you. Like, just I learned so much about you, and this is a human connection. This is what I love. Like, I don't expect that we're gonna have sex after this podcast, but it was still a great podcast. This is why everybody should be polygamous. This goes back to my earlier point of polygamy.
Right.
So thank you for being polygamous with me tonight. And you have to cut that out because you're a teacher.
No.
Okay.
They probably don't even know what that means.
I'm sure they do. No, for real. Thank you. I really enjoyed you being here, and I hope you come back another time.
Okay. I hope I come back too. Thank you for having me.
Pajamas. Thank you. Kiss Mommy Goodnight podcast. Like, comment, share, rate, subscribe.
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Alexis, beautiful teacher. Thank you guys. Good evening, everybody. It's your girl Megan Rose, aka Meg LaDon. Thank you so much for tuning in